Hi guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Hearts of Iron number 4. We're going to carry on playing as, of course, Germany here. Let's see where we get to. So as you can see, we're in February 1939. I did start the production of my first radar station last time. I think I'm actually going to do these for, what is this province called? Lower Austria. I'm actually going to do it for that particular province as well. So basically I want to get those two up and running relatively quickly. Nice. So German war economy, we see a nice booster coming into there. We can get an extra research slot here now available. Research, of course, is quite key for us to be able to progress with things. Now this one we've been exercising for quite a while. I'm going to stop the exercising of this particular unit here. Because of course that does utilize or cause some attrition on those units, so yes, they should be trained enough for now. I am training this unit here as well, as you can see, and I'm going to stop that as well. So it's going to complete next. Well, this is going to take 70 days, but before we do that, we of course should see... We're not going to complete any of our research items because they all take longer. Greece has capitulated to the Italians. Now that's nice to see. But they are, of course, our neighbors. They are not our allies. I do have a non-aggression pact with them, which is good. I can, of course, offer them military access, but for some reason we cannot do that. I'm not quite sure why. Ah, because they got claims on our territory, is that right? Yes. We've got a claim on Slovenia, as you can see. Oh yes, one of the things, of course, I do need to start doing, I need to basically start training paratroopers. But I cannot at the moment do that. Alright, can I do that now? No, I still cannot do that. Alright, we're going to set that to 2, and as soon as we can basically, of course, train some paratroopers, we will do so. Okay, now, different units are getting further or closer to being ready. Promise of peace will basically lower my ability to go to war, which I don't want to do. We should see that we're still seeing a rise in fascism here.
All right.
We're basically going to allocate this to this army here.
Achtung.
Nice. Looking back at our actual production here. In terms of naval production, we see that we basically fully switched over to the production of submarines and so forth. I'm just going to set these both to be there aligned properly. Here we should see that basically we are now converting a fair number of course, units over. We are producing Panzer IIIs, Panzer IIs should also get a booster. Panzer IIIs we're not doing anything with yet. Panzer IIs, should I do anything else with the Panzer III? No, Panzer III of course we are working on the improved version. Panzer II. Let's change this over. It's the Bison. Oh, I did the Wesp instead of the Bison, never mind. Let's modify the Panzer II here as well. So let's actually build up our reliability here up to a nice 95. If I do this, that drops again to 92. Sorry, 90, it is a 96, sorry. We can of course boost the speed by putting an extra engine in there. It's not a massive booster, but it's still 0.4 main gun will actually drop reliability. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're going to replace the Panzer II here with the Panzer IIA. It's a slight drop in terms of productivity, but not massive. But of course it does mean that later on we'll basically get better quality units with those tanks in there. Okay, so we should see that we got field hospitals here. We got my maintenance companies in there. And as you can see, we all have here a support artillery in there already. Engineering companies as well as motorized recon companies. We might want to change that over later on to have different types within there. For the time being, I think that will suffice. Let me have a brief look again at this one. So if I basically put another tank on here and remove this one from here, it just changes the composition slightly. Doesn't cost me anything, but I think it might be better to basically have it in that slightly different configuration. Stockpile wise, we have got a stockpile of lighter tanks. Panzer IIs. Yeah, they will be replaced with, of course, the Panzer IIA eventually. We do have some T62s and so forth, T26 and T26A, as well as AMs. Not quite sure what those are, the AMs, but that's fine. Okay, what else can we do? Fighters, we are working on, of course. We got a nice stockpile we're building up.
Befehle!
Right, so we got 2 available here. We're going to basically assign them to
Befehle!
this front here. That's the French border. Let's call that the French Border Army. Alliance with Great Britain. As they mentioned before, Great Britain has now offered to join our alliance. Now that's really interesting, isn't it? As they mentioned before, Great Britain has now offered to join our alliance to continue our cooperation and further isolate the Italians. Ooh, ooh. Now, oh, hold on. Let's have a quick look here. Are they at war with the Italians? No. Well, we'll accept them into the alliance, though. Okay. I will work on improve my relationship with the Japanese later on as well. Anglo-German alliance. The seas have been secured. Now that's nice, isn't it? At this point, of course, we can really look at our fleets and basically go for our submarines, which are all located here. And if we select all of these, we can, of course, situate them nicely in a port over here, I would say. Let's move them toward southwest England.
Zuhören!
What happens to the Dutch? Now, if we look at this here, the gateway... Really? Oh, this will get messy.
Zuhören!
That's this guy, isn't it? Let's quickly move him over. No, not to there. Gosh, I do need to do that quickly. Okay. He'll be supported
Ihre Befehle!
by this guy here.
Zuhören!
So this guy here. We'll move into supporting position there.
Befehle. Zuhören.
Right, set these to be a new theater. So let's set these to be in the South German theater. Alright, perfect. And of course they want to have a new admiral at their disposal. Who we're going to choose? We can of course choose Erich von Manstein or Gerd Rundstedt. Aggressive assaulter, engineer. Let's choose this here for now. Alright, that's not ideal, but okay, it happens. We want to start doing the convoy raiding in the different locations here. So that should cut off the French from one side, at least from the Atlantic side. Now they are unable to do this because at the moment they are suffering from the recovery from the Civil War. Our relationships with them are pretty good. We can of course afford docking rights, which they will grant us. As you can see, I've got until the 7th of June to reply to this. Now, great. I can, of course, do that. Ooh, that's nice. An extra research slot. Rocketry would be a nice one to get as well. If I go for befriending Japan at this point. Japan. Let's have a quick look there. Japan is relatively friendly towards us. Perfect. So if I go for that option there, to be honest, that gives me some additional friendship over there. An additional 15, it looks like. So China becomes less friendly to me. Okay, that's fine. Naval efforts, we can of course increase those if we wanted to, but let's have another quick look over here. What else could we do at this point? Coal liquidization, that's an option from the Reichskommissariat. I'm a bit confused here. So I'm just looking at what we can actually go for here. So what do we want to do here at the moment? So there's various different options. I'm still contemplating this. What's really the benefit of this? The hypocritical Western powers preached national self-determination whilst handing over many minorities to the ruled serfs. We are in a position to right the historical wrong and make friends at the same time. Those who wish to side with us in the European order, we can be very generous. So, Hungary gains Vojvodina. Okay. Is that it? Is that it? I'm a bit confused about this one. Is this beneficial to me? Do I get claims or anything? Not really. I can of course research the eastern claim there if I wanted to. Air innovation. Slovenia adds air bases, Lower Austria gains air bases, Westphalia contains air bases. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the coal liquidization, I think. Okay, got an additional research slot, and like I said, 1939 is of course a really, really nice year in terms of options that we get available. That's going to be another 70 days, so we're basically going to be able to research 1, 2, 3, 4 items before that date. Sorry, 3. Only the top 3. Okay, let's go back home. Now we do, of course, have a request here from our neighbors to join them in the fight against the Allies, which happens to be Italy, Bulgaria, and some of the others. So let's actually have a look at this. So these guys here, I can set them to push into down here, to be honest. That'll be quite interesting. These guys here, I'm going to set them to be pushing into here as well. Now that's Italy, Republic of Bulgaria. Okay. What can I do to bolster that?
Befehle! Achtung!
Okay, cool. I'm going to move these guys over here as well. And they're really only going to focus on that section down there. And they're really going to try to gain ownership of that section of the coast.
Angetreten!
That's of course encapsulating them there.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
That one stays in place.
Befehle!
That one stays in place here as well. That's quite an elite set of units.
Angetreten!
I might want to put these guys down here as well as part of that same group. And let's actually move them down here instead. Ooh, hold on.
Zuhören!
Okay, same do that with these guys here. Okay, and let's also set these guys to have...
Ausrücken!
Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? And then push towards Rome there. Cool, so we got another one available here. So what are we going to do with this one? Now, as you can see, we can actually allocate another general. Choice is which one to utilize. I am inclined to go for this here. Right, let's just allocate this to there as well.
Bereit.
Nice.
Achtung. Achtung.
Really, really nice. Nice to see. So we got until the 7th of June, to be honest. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, let's move that over a little bit.
Achtung.
Right, we still got a wee bit of time here.
Befehle.
Okay. Dive bombing has been completed in terms of research. Really nice one to get done. Anything useful here? No local agents, recruiting. We can of course set one up in North America and so forth if we wanted to. We're not going to do that now. Actually, maybe we want to do that in the future. Anyways, looking at what we got here, we see that we got 7 days to go until the next becomes available. Let's boost our propaganda here. Let's switch towards a quiet network there. So it's more maintaining the network as opposed to doing anything else. The question really becomes one of where will we be able to push quite strongly against them. Ooh, we're running out of tungsten. Where do I want to get that from next? Let's have a look within Europe. Spain? Yeah, Spain of course is able to supply us with that. Let's accept that. I can of course now invite these guys here. We'll have to accept that invite.
Angetreten. Achtung.
Whenever we're ready, we will basically engage in our fight here as well. Let's hold on 1 second. Let's focus in on the Alpine region here with all of these units here. More tactical bombers are available here if we want to use them. And again, we can set them to support us there. Don't want to use those, but I do want to bring this guy to the fore. And really want to basically boost that region there, so to speak. More tacticals. Another 120 can be brought to the front here. And again, we can support them in that region as well. So at the moment we have got areas, you can see. We got an intel advantage as well. No, no, you can keep those, thank you. I'll let them use it themselves, that's typically better, I'd say.
Achtung! Auf geht's!
Alright, let's work on the Italian side for the next. As you can see, we can basically get a new spy involved if we wanted to. Look at that. That is Yugoslavian, British as well as German. Double agent. It's been turned from the enemy into our service. Is that the enemy, really? Interesting. Now we do have a Bulgarian one that we can recruit as well. Popov is what he's called. Oh, it's a long list, isn't it? Rescue operations cost. Nancy Wake. To be honest, I think I want to go for this Yugoslavian guy. Maybe not. Infiltrator? Hold on, did I not set her to basically work on propaganda? I thought I did. Oh, can I only have one at a time in there? I'm not sure. Oh well, okay. If that's the case, then that's the case. Anyway, so maintaining this order quite nicely. It's unfortunate that the Italians had to basically turn against us, or we had to turn against the Italians.
Achtung!
Right, let's get rid of that there. And let's actually put them on the border here. Okay. Let's give them an offensive line of being able to go in there like that. I'm going to give them, of course, a booster, and we're going to let them execute that as well. Spanish Empire seeks to join the Axis. Now that's nice to see. The world belongs to all who are strong. Nice. Really, really nice. Can I ask them for access? Hold on, hold on. Who did he join? Did he join me or did he join the other ones? I'm confused. Oh, he joined the enemy. How lovely. What's happening to these guys? Confusing. Treaty with Lithuania. Okay. In terms of this, we are seeing that we're still progressing here with this. It'll take about another 45 days to complete, but in the meantime we are progressing nicely down here.
Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Let's push into Venice.
Angetreten! Achtung! Angetreten!
Okay.
Ausrücken! Befehle!
To be honest, I don't think we need to have anything on that border here. Because as far as I'm aware, they're purely on their own.
Ihre Befehle!
Let's go for Bologna.
Bereit! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Let's keep our monitor alive.
Zuhören!
Can I eliminate the entire flank there by just cutting them off from the rest of the country? Possibly.
Angetreten! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Befehle!
Nice. Really, really nice. Look at that.
Angetreten! Ihre Befehle? Bereit!
Okay, let's see what we can do here.
Zuhören! Ihre Befehle! Angetreten!
Then we're going to do the same here.
Ihre Befehle? Ihre Befehle!
See that? Cuts them off to a tiny little pocket there.
Angetreten! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Okay, let's do this.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Befehle! Befehle!
Okay.
Befehle! Weiter! Weiter!
Anything else that goes on here?
Achtung!
All of this can go down here.
Achtung! Ausrücken!
As we should see, they should be cut off from supplies.
Zuhören! Befehle!
really see it as of yet, but that's okay.
Befehle. Ausrücken. Greift
Let's
weiter an.
deal with that over here. Okay, try to really deal with that pocket properly. Once that pocket is dealt with, we'll gain ownership of a fairly nice chunk. Pretty nice chunk of Italy, I should say. Right, let's move this all the way to the top. Same with this one.
Zeigt es ihnen.
Okay, they're defending, interestingly enough. These guys are pretty much gone. Yeah, like I said, they're pretty much gone.
Bereit. Ihre Befehle. Bereit.
Let's support that attack there again.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Let's go for Milan there.
Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken. Ausrücken. Ihre Befehle.
Alright, let's make sure we get onto that border there for now. And from there we would love to push through into that section there. Okay. This is still a good 35 days away. This is far longer away still.
Bereit. Angetreten. Ausrücken. Ihre Befehle.
Okay, let's deal with that.
Angetreten. Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
Let's do it like this. Perfect.
Ihre Befehle.
Extra units become available. Nice, nice, nice. So where can I allocate this to? Well, let's allocate this to... not the Austrian army, the border there maybe. Yeah, that would be beneficial. I do want to start now training, of course, paratroopers. All the way to the top here. I'm going to set them to be prioritized. And I'll put them in Brandenburg for now. Not enough manpower or equipment to fulfill garrisons. Yeah, okay. I see that we do need to put extra bits into there, which is fine. Now we do have this lady here. Now we'll work on the rooting out, of course, of the opposition. As soon as you're everywhere, it becomes a bit tougher, so to speak.
Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken.
Let's see what we can do here.
Ausrücken. Befehle? Ihre Befehle!
Okay. Nice. Alright, we're going to call it a day shortly. 19 days to go there, and we'll complete that before anything else. Right, light tank equipment. We are almost through with the A types there. And we can stop the conversions at that point. As you can see, we're currently stockpiling this, which is fine. We're using, of course, all of our light tanks. Is that correct? Yeah, as you can see, we're capturing quite a few factories here as well. I do need a fair number more of these. I'm going to put another 5 on top of that. So I'm going to bring it down to 20, or up to 20. Probably what I should say.
Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Nice to see all of these armies becoming available again. The Italians will not last long as they are.
Zuhören!
That's 5, as you can see.
Bereit!
Eden Defense Force. Interesting. I do get to wonder where they're moving that to. Line strength is relatively low. Yes. Then we go, and of course, the silent workhorse. I could, of course, start basically getting some of that non-core population involved. At the moment, we got about 13 million non-core population. It actually looks like we're able to get some of them to actually commit in terms of the population towards our goals as well. Nice to see. Let's make sure we get all of these bits up and running as well quickly. That's really a bigger airport here, to be honest. In Lombardy. As you'll see, that's really operating in the Alpine region. And we do need to basically put towards Italy shortly, I think. Let's get this involvement there done.
Zuhören!
Really?
Ausrücken! Angetreten! Ausrücken! Angetreten! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Makes so little sense to let them stay there, isn't it? And there we go. That little pocket is now eliminated, and we basically got full control of that northeastern Italy part as such here. Bulgaria is still fighting, as you can see. The ALA does a pretty good, I'd say.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
Florence, we should be able to take that relatively quickly. Perfect. Let's get that booster there done as well. We do have a shortage of tungsten once again, and basically that's because, of course, that party left us. So we're gonna set up some imports from Portugal instead, I would say. Now I do want to basically get my navy involved now. That is, of course, Mr. Raider. Hold on. Can I move these guys into there? Yes. So both of those will go to Sussex. Once they get there, they'll basically start patrolling the seas over here, the Bay of Biscay. Right. Efforts are progressing nicely here, I would say.
Weiter an. Los, los, los. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Zuhören.
Nice progress here as well.
Bereit. Angetreten.
And if I can cut these guys off here, then I'll create a pocket and I'll be able to eliminate them as well. Really? They're trying to take over Ireland. That's interesting. Question is, are there enough armies up there? I do not think so, to be honest. I might want to take my Prussian army and ship them over to here. Let's appoint all of them to that border. We are short of rubber now as well, and we can of course import more from the UK, or Great Britain, so to speak. Interesting developments thus far. Okay, guys, I'm gonna call it a day in a second. Let me just allocate a new item of research here, and then let's do the extraction here. Nice booster. So guys, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, take care.